happening.
Royal reality, royal reality, this is reality, yelele ama, yelele 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 ama, ama. I'm from Abia State. I was born and brought up in Kano. 17 years ago, I lost my dad. Things became very, very hard for my mom. We are 8 in numbers, 5 boys and 3 girls. Things were hard. Couldn't pay rent, couldn't go to school. We had to start hawking. I sold pure water, sold bread, sold roasted corn, cooked corn, all to make ends meet. One day, my mom said she wanted to start doing mama put business. Me, I was happy because any I got the chop. We thought it was as easy as said. We started every morning before I go to school. I have to pound yam, pound fufu, and make eba. I did that for 10 years. From my primary to my secondary, even after that. I entered street, started also. One day I just told them at home that I'm tired of Kano State. I wanted to leave. They were all surprised because me, if I say something, I'll do it. All the money that I've been saving, I didn't tell them. I just went to my brother's wardrobe, carried his own, and carried my own, a jackpot. I went to Abia State. I started working in the laundry inside the school, inside Abia State University. One day, I gave somebody my sandals. I just said I should help him with my sandals. He wanted to go to early morning JSS class. That's what it's been called because then I wasn't in school. So I didn't know what he went to use it for. When he came back, he gave me the sandals. So I was looking all wet and washed. I was like, okay, thank you. Initially, I wanted to wash the sandals. So when he gave me the sandals, I wore my sandals back. I started ironing. The next day in the morning, I wore that sandals. It was a blue and white sandal. A lady just saw me, started looking at me from my leg to my head like 2 times. She went inside her hostel, called her friends. They came and they started calling me thief, 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 thief. I was like, thief, how? I'm a thief and I'm here. I didn't even answer them. I just continued doing what I was doing until they called some boys. They started beating me up and all that. They now said this particular sandals was what the girl could recognize from the incident. Before then, they had already poured me petrol for me to be burnt. It was very, very hard. It was one lady and some surveillance that came. I should be a past tense by now or a forgotten story. So I was taken to the school security post and all that. And somebody now came. I don't know him. He now asked me what was my name. I told him where I'm from. I told him. He now said, is my mom so? I say yes. Is my dad so? I say yes. I was like, do you know me? He said I shouldn't worry. He now spoke to somebody. I don't know who he spoke to. I came out. I went back to that place. I went to meet that girl because at that time I was bittered. I said if I see her, I'll kill her. I went to meet her. I asked her, do you know me? She said no. Was it me that collected your phone or whatever they collected? She said she don't know, but she remember my sandals. I was like, this is a big school. What if I wasn't the only person that owns this sandal? She now said this was what I was wearing. When she said that, I just flashed back to the person that came to collect my sandal, what he was wearing. Immediately, I just called the guy's name. and said this was who robbed you. That went by. I went to Calabar. I got admission into University of Calabar. Life became good. I can't join bad guy. Yeah, I was very, very stubborn. There's nothing you tell me I follow. It's what I want to do, I do. So, along the line, one day, I had very serious issue with my lecturer. We argued and shouted. I told him, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. That thing I said landed me in police station for 8 months. I stayed in police station for 8 months. One day, my mom came from Lagos. I was like, is this the school I sent you and all that and all that? I couldn't say anything. Then that lecturer was proclaimed dead, but he wasn't dead. Later, we discovered that he wasn't dead. So I was in the police station for 8 months, and they said I was going to go to prison for murder. We fought the case here and there, begged. They said I was going to pay 1 million for damages and this and that and that. And I told my mom that I didn't do anything. Yes, I said I was going to do all sorts of things to him, but I didn't do it. Maybe something else happened. When we found out that the man wasn't dead, they allowed me. I just decided to leave Calabar ASAP. I came back to Lagos, started hustling. Things was going fine. God now decided to smile on my family. My younger brother, our last born actually. May so rest in peace. He bought a land on Thursday, celebrated his birthday on Friday. He died on Saturday. He died on his way from Kano to Jigawa after celebrating his birthday in his own car accident. He didn't die actually at that spot. He came out of the car, hit his head on that pavement on the road. Yeah. So when my immediate younger brother took him to the hospital, they said there was no oxygen. I was like, no oxygen, how? So they took him to another hospital. There was no oxygen again. I was like, what's happening? He said they should take him to Kano. I said the distance from Jigawa to Kano is 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes or 2. But it's not something they could risk. Before they could even think of doing anything, he gave up the ghost. Royal reality, Royal reality.